Welcome back to another episode of the Casey Campbell Podcast. Casey Campbell with you, of course. And we are pleased to be joined by Santino Ferrucci, driver of the number 26 Toyota Supra in the NASCAR Xfinity Series for Sam Hunt Racing. How's it going, Santino?
I'm doing good, Casey. How about yourself? Thanks for having me on.
Hey, no problem, man. And I'm doing pretty good, thank you. So you went from IndyCar to NASCAR. What kind, and this is, I asked you this a few weeks ago in the Toyota call. That's not new. This is not the first time you've done this, made the transition to one type of car to another. But this is a big transition from when you went from Formula cars to Indy cars, then Indy cars to NASCAR.
Yeah. So definitely a different transition. I mean, obviously with the Formula cars over in Europe to IndyCar, a lot of similarities. Obviously the tracks in IndyCar are a lot more challenging in my opinion. They're just a lot different. They're a lot harder, a lot more bumpy, a lot more character. And then coming into NASCAR where it's strictly ovals, it's definitely nuts. So it's a lot of fun and I'm definitely enjoying it. I'm enjoying everything that's happening. I'm loving the tracks. I can't wait for Atlanta this weekend. It's going to be a blast.
Yeah, so you're in the first few races of the year. I think this is your third race so far with a bunch of, and you got a bunch of races planned with this team. What's it going to be like? What is your plan for this year? Kind of go into it. I don't know what, I kind of talked about it, but what is your plan?
Yeah, I mean, obviously I'm trying to run as many races as I can with Sam. We've got a bunch left in the season. Everything's kind of going to be geared towards middle end after this next race here at Atlanta. Still looking at trying to run the 500, obviously having a couple possibilities there, but we'll see what happens in the next couple of weeks here. And, but no, focus is, I'm here at the shop. So we're helping the guys with the car, training every day at Toyota and enjoying.
Did I just hear you're trying to get a ride in the Indy 500?
I mean, I'm still fresh in it. It's definitely something that has my interest still, and I think I could still win the race. And it's still an oval.
That is good. That is good. So, I mean, you brought it up, so I might as well ask about it. Why do you want to do? I mean, the Indy 500. Have you talked to any teams, including your former team?
Yeah, I've talked to a couple teams. It's definitely interesting. Hopefully, stars align here soon. It's that race. It's like the Daytona 500, man. Everybody wants to run it. Everyone wants to be in it. It's a historical race. It means a lot, even in this world, even in the NASCAR world. The Indy 500 has a heavy weight and a heavy meaning because just like the Daytona 500, the history behind it, the race is what it is. I mean, you win the race and it makes your career.
So would you be running? So you'd have no conflicts? Yeah, I don't think you'd be running Charlotte that week or something. You would have no NASCAR conflicts.
I wouldn't have any conflicts.
Okay. So let's get into the NASCAR stuff because you kind of threw a curveball there. Indy, with the Indy almost said Indy 500, but what have you? The biggest thing that you've been getting some good consistent runs with in top 15s and stuff. Getting and for not even being in a stock car that long, that's some pretty good runs. For this team. What's it been like to get good runs at some pretty tough tracks?
I mean, look, let's go back to Homestead. We were a top 15 car, top 10 car even. Yeah. And I just got into the wall, cut the front tire down. And then, when we did the pit stop, we hit the hose on the exit. That's the only thing that hindered us and put us 2 laps back. But I mean, had we just gone the 1 lap down, we would have come back and finished in the top 15 there too. So, this team's pushing day in and day out. I mean, they're here. It's late nights working, making sure everything's done. We're finally getting into a groove here. Vegas, we were also happy because at one point in stage 2 for about 10 to 15 laps, we were the fastest car on track, which is impressive to have that kind of speed. And then, having our first top 15 finish together as a team and obviously racing a junior motorsports car is impressive considering we're only 8 people here at the shop total. And then, going into Phoenix, I struggled a little bit more as a driver. That track is very, very difficult. It was my first time with the PJ1, first time having brake zones on an oval for the stock car. And, it was definitely a rough race. I got into the wall at one point where we had to like bare bomb the car back together and hit it and get it back in shape. But we were still competitive, and we struggled with the tires. We quartered our right front towards the end of the race, so we didn't have the best of balance. But we still gave it everything. We were quick as heck down pit road, man. I mean, we picked up positions every time we hit it. So there's just a lot of good momentum things happening here. So I'm excited to take that momentum into Atlanta, and we don't want to set the goal too high, but I'd like to see a top 10 out of this team.
So, when you look at, kind of running in Atlanta this weekend, pretty tough, abrasive track. And I'm sure you've been on I don't know, you haven't been on that many ovals, but Atlanta is a pretty tough one. What's that going to be like?
Man, we just watched the race back from last year in the shop here yesterday. And, it just looks like fun, dude. I mean, the cars are sliding around. It looks like an absolute blast, huge tire wear. You got to look after everything. I mean, I'm personally excited because I feel like that'll be my redemption for Homestead. And, I have a lot of confidence in our car and in our setup and our crew chief, Andrew. So yeah, I think the Toyota Supra is going to be quick.
Okay. So, let's get to know you a little bit, Santino. We know a lot about you from your days in IndyCar. So let's kind of get to know you a little bit. All right.
Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. What's your favorite sports team?
Sports team. I mean, not necessarily a team, but I'm a fan of Tom Brady, New Englander, now turned Floridian, kind of like myself, just a little bit here. So I'm a huge Tom Brady fan just because a man that is that gifted, to win all those championships. There's very few people in that 7-time world. I mean, Jimmy Johnson's one.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton's another, and you have Tom Brady.
Yeah. So what's the toughest track that you've raced on so far, or actually for in the stock cars? What are you looking forward to? What tracks are you looking forward to that are scheduled for you?
There's definitely some tracks down the road. Not a lot of people know, but we're working on Darlington, and I'm looking forward to that. So Darlington 2, not the one coming up. So towards the end of the year.
Okay.
So we're working on it. That's one of the tracks I'd be very much looking forward to. I'm going to try and run a super speedway as well.
Talladega.
And, but yeah, and some of the short track stuff. I mean, the 1.5 mile stuff's fun, but I'm looking forward to going back and re-racing some of the tracks that I've already had good success on, obviously, like Vegas and, Homestead, where I think we're competitive. I just hope I get the chance to go back. But no, I'm looking forward to the tracks where we can run the wall.
Favorite food?
Steak. Has to go steak all day
long. Do you have any racing superstitions?
In IndyCar I did. I used to always get in away from the pit wall.
Yeah.
So depending on which direction we ran, clockwise or counter, I'd always get in on the other side of the pit wall. With NASCAR, I don't have that option because I'm not going through the passenger side of the car to get in. I could, but that'd be just a lot of work. But other than that, I haven't really had too many superstitions. I mean, I like wrapping the radio wire exactly 4 times around the steering column. Just so, but other than that, no.
Okay, what's your go-to meal?
My go-to meal?
Yes.
On like a race day or like a night out?
Like a race day, night out, anything.
Man, on a night out, I will always go for a ribeye, medium rare, maybe rare plus, 100% with like mashed potatoes, like unhealthy as possible. And then race day, I'm a huge fan of chicken and rice. Just always have been. Always like the light stuff on race day.
What's the most interesting? The thing is, a lot of younger, you have a lot of younger people eat some interesting things. I remember, I think in an interview you told me a few years ago, did you ate something with like flavor blasted goldfish or something?
Oh, I knew that was going there. And I still eat it 100%. It's peanut butter and jelly with flavor blasted goldfish in the middle.
Can't believe you still remember that.
I still eat it because I still eat it.
Is that any good?
It's like a lunch snack. Oh my God, dude. Like, think about having peanut butter and jelly and then adding like a little bit of crunch and that cheesy flavor. It's the best thing you'll ever have. I promise you. For people that have not had it, It is the best thing you'll ever have. That or a hint of lime Tostitos.
Have you gotten
That's
Sam?
one or the other.
Have you gotten Sam or Trisha to try it?
No, not yet. I haven't been here long enough yet.
Okay, who have you gotten to try it though?
My girlfriend. It's about the only person that I can convince to try that.
Okay.
Nobody else believes me.
No one else believes you?
Nobody else believes me. I'm telling you, it is the best like brunch sandwich you could eat.
Oh geez, the possibilities of what I could do with this. Um, didn't you guys just get in? Didn't you? The next question is, do you have any pets? And I think if I remember correctly, you guys just got a dog.
Yeah. So last year, right actually before the Indy 500, which was in August,
Yeah.
My girlfriend and I got a yellow Labrador Retriever.
Nice.
So, and his name's Kodak, kind of like the camera.
Nice.
So, no, he's fun. He's 75 pounds now in about 9 months.
Nice.
So growing fast.
Yeah. Are you guys have you moved down to Charlotte?
Not yet. So because I'm part-time this year, and I'm back and forth a lot, it's a little bit easier for me to stay in a hotel, or at Sam's apartment. But I'm looking forward to moving here at the end of the year, though.
Nice. What's the most interesting thing you've ever done?
The most interesting thing I've ever done.
Besides drive a race car.
Oof, my gosh. That's a tough question. I've done some very unique sports throughout the years. I've been to a lot of unique places all over the world. Um, I must say that I very much do love skiing, and I've gotten to ski at some pretty amazing places over in Europe. And it's a nice adrenaline rush, skiing at about 15,000 feet. So definitely very fun.
Nice. We already do something that's in, what's something people don't know about you, Santino?
Peanut butter and jelly sandwich is a good one.
Flavor blasted goldfish, of course.
Exactly, is a good one. I mean, we done that one back a while ago. I'm trying to think if there's anything new.
Yeah.
Man, for the the NASCAR guys will appreciate this one. I refuse to run a cool suit inside the car.
Really?
I will refuse.
Why?
I don't know. I train every day of my life since I've been like 10 years old. And I run the helmet box, the helmet cooler. So I have the airflow just to the helmet, but that's it. So I don't want to run a cool box or anything for my body just because I feel like, as you know, we should be athletes and we should be heat conditioned and, you know, good for all types of situations. So I will not run one.
Okay, so when you're in line to get IVs at the next race that you become dehydrated, come back to me on that one.
Hey, I didn't say I didn't have water in the car.
That's very true.
So I got water.
That's good. All right. I guess we'll end on that note. Santino, thank you so much. Oh, one more thing. When is your next race after Atlanta?
TBD. I mean, it's guaranteed Pocono. Right now we have Martinsville, but you know, Indy stuff dependent, it might move to Pocono. So we'll see. But Martinsville will be a nice short track to run. That's for freaking sure.
Are you going to be running more IndyCar races?
No, the 500, just way that the schedule is kind of tough. So there's a lot of scheduling around it. It's a big race.
Would you be doing Indy road course though?
No.
Okay.
So, all right. Yep, I'd be 500 only if it happened.
Okay.
So my focus is, like I told everybody, it's here with Sam and Toyota and, you know, running Xfinity.
Okay. All right. Well, Santino, thank you so much for taking some time and go eat some. Santino encourages everyone to go eat peanut butter and jelly sandwiches with flavored blasted goldfish.
I'm about to go get myself an Uncrustables, is what I'm going to do.